Ed, massive congratulations. You made it to Kvikkjokk. And I have to say, there was a point where all I was hearing over and over again is, he's going to stop at Stora. He's going to stop at Stora. And then you got Stora, and even you seemed to think you were going to stop at Stora. By the next morning, the Ed that we met out there on the road was a different person. You were so much more confident. You just seemed to get stronger the closer you got to here. Is that how it felt for you from the inside?
Yeah, there was a learning curve, for sure. The conditions got better as well. So the weather was quite bad the first 2 days, and it did get easier. Also, I got more confidence in my admin, which is really important for this, and my, nothing broke, and that builds confidence.
And physically, how are you feeling, and how did it feel out there?
So I'm not particularly injured. I've got a few, aches and pains, but yeah, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. I think, what's hardest about this actually is it's the weather and the snow, and that's very changeable. But if you've got decent snow, decent weather, it's very doable.
So I've got to ask, it's really easy with these type of events to focus on the almost negative bits, the endurance element of it. What was good? You must have enjoyed some parts of this.
I mean, yeah, the environment is pretty spectacular. The clear, really clear skies at night. The massive skies. I mean, huge scale of the environment out here is pretty awe-inspiring. What else is good? It's a small race with the others around you, and it became a really small race.
Very small.
But, a unique experience. But when it's that small, it just feels so much more personal, and that I think that gave me the kicker. When it's that small and you feel the support, God, you just got to go for it.
Can you imagine how invested we've all been in this? And that's not even to mention the people at home who've been watching this unfold on Facebook. Like, we've been willing your dot forwards for the last few days. So have you felt that, or have you felt alone out there on the course?
It blew my mind when I was told that at the first checkpoint. I had no idea. I haven't turned my phone on. But knowing that in the last 24 hours, that's been helpful. Yeah.
I bet. And what is it that... Now, this question, I always feel bad asking it, because I know it's different for everyone and it's very personal. But what draws you to challenges like this? What do you get out of this? What are you feeling now, I guess? Because so many people watching this won't be able to relate to what you're feeling right now at all.
I think a lot of these things are frankly, are selfish endeavors. And, I've got a family, and I've got, commitments, and this is hugely selfish, coming out and sort of, enjoying and testing myself. And it can be quite a lonely experience. On the other hand, I've been out here with a team of old friends. It's a very social experience. And what I've done is really show that, an amateur old dad like me, can still get out there and really sort of push against some really young, kind of quite impressive people. And that gives me a bit of vigor. And I think training for that and focusing on that has shaped my last 6 months to a year. I've got huge amounts out of this.
And I think so have a lot of people watching it. And I think a lot of the people who follow races like the Spine in particular talk about how inspiring it is what you do out there. Is that something you've really thought about? There are people who will have watched what you've done here and will now be downloading the Couch to 5K app and thinking about what they can do in the future. Like, do you sort of realize the size of what you've done?
I didn't know how big the Spine group family was until I came out here, but I'm now in that, and I'm inspired by the people I've met out here. I've been having conversations this evening and with other competitors on the course. With Kev. Really impressive people who have inspired me to think about new, different challenges. And again, we were talking about the blend of adventure versus expedition versus race, and getting that right blend for me as an individual is that's what it's about, and that's what I'm going to look to do next.
it's going to take a while to unpack, I think, everything that's happened to you over the last few days. I'm sure it's all an absolute blur at the moment. But are there any particular memories that stand out? What's sort of burnt into your memory?
Yeah, so it's felt to me very much like three very different events. The first one was the team event, which culminated in a really quite quite challenging moment with my two fantastic teammates weren't able to carry on and had to make a decision about whether to carry on or not and what that would mean, whether I was able to do that. And doing it as a team actually has its own challenges and rewards. And then day two, completely different event, that kind of unknown, heading off into blizzards. It was hard. I really didn't know whether I was going to make it to the other end. That was challenging. And then day three, the confidence picked up, the weather got better, and it became about endurance. So day two was all emotion and, sort of pluckiness, really. And day three was about endurance. Yeah.
Emotionally right now, how are you feeling about that Polk? You ever want to see one of them again?
Yeah. I would definitely pack it differently, and I'd pack it lighter. And next time I go skiing, I'll be really happy not to have 30 kilograms chasing me down that slope.
And look, if anyone is watching this thinking, maybe I'll take this on next year, what's if you gave them one piece of advice?
Yeah, okay. I mean, the skiing. Everyone who signs up for this is going to be an experienced ultra runner. I imagine they're going to be fit. They can do lots of training in the UK, but you can't anticipate the environmental conditions. And if they are challenging from a skiing point of view, you've got to get used to a bit of Nordic skiing, not just downhill skiing. You've got to be good at Nordic skiing. So get training, get it. And if you've got access to that, then a bit of rollerblading or something, just to get really nimble on your pins.
There you go. You heard it from an expert. Well, congratulations, Ed. That was absolutely outstanding. We are all incredibly proud of what you've done out here in the Arctic. So, well done, man. Well done.
Thanks for the support.